Okay, so now let's carry on with BACnet IP on the Omega Pro. So as shown before, you got the Omega Pro and you need a Cat5 crossover Ethernet cable from the BACnet IP port to your computer, both RJ45 ports. So here, that's the backside of the IC of the laser pointer, backside of the display basically. Yeah. So first thing you do is set up the communication parameters on the Omega Pro. I just show that quickly on the display itself. Oh, that's in. I'm just searching for the camera. I'll switch to camera, general webcam. Tack. Now you see the display. Just go quickly to the menu. 562. Configuration, communication. There you are. IP type, IP address. So when you want to do that, write it down and then configure your Ethernet adapter on your computer. That's what we're going to do now. So there's how you see the IP settings on the Omega Pro. Next one is you have to configure your Ethernet port. So here we are. So it will be that one. Up. Need a password. There you go. IPv4. Just check in that they are the same. I don't want this window, I want that one. So here we see the IP address of our Ethernet adapter. It's one lower than the Omega Pro. Subnet mask, default gateway, and there would be, if that one would be there, you would see the primary and secondary DNS. So that setting of the Ethernet adapter on the computer is okay. Now we should be able to ping the Omega Pro on the control command, cmd duck ping, and now the IP address of the Omega Pro 168.168.243. And it's responding straight away, so the physical connection between the computer and the Omega Pro is done. So next thing is work with the BACnet Explorer, which we got here. How do I get the display in there now? So I have to get it back later on. So we go on settings. On the BACnet Explorer, we choose BACnet IP, BACnet Ethernet, and make sure you choose the right Ethernet adapter of the computer. Then you go to Discover Devices, Objects, Everything, and now the whole mapping should pop up. Now it's gray. He is reading the properties. Ready. Now it's getting black. Device 1001 integrated controller, and that is the Omega Pro. And here you see straight away what comes up. So here we have the unit status of module A. Let's quickly check on the display, which would be standby, present value 6. Now we take the menu. There you go, 6 standby. That's the BMS communication manual for BACnet on board. So here, object ID 500. We'll make that smaller a bit. Now to get everything in line. 500, status A. Object ID 500. It's reading value 6. 6 is standby. We go on the display and we see standby. So that's all good. So now I'm going to start the unit by turning on the delta spar. Status change to humidifying. Should refresh. Okay, you have to press refresh. Now it's present value 7. There's the menu. There you go. Status 7 on object ID 500 is humidifying. Try to get the display back again on the presentation. There you go, humidifying. So BACnet IP is working. Can read out the status. So now let's find out if we can read out something else as well. Okay, now we're gonna read the system demand of the Omega Pro. At the moment it's 0, you can see on the display. And we've got present value 0 as well. I'm gonna start the delta spar. So the Omega Pro will get 0 to 10 watt signal. There, you can see it on the display, 100% request. Press refresh, and here you see present value 100% as well. There's the display back. So basically that is how we could prove BACnet IP communication with Chipkin, BACnet Explorer and the Omega Pro.